What it is, what it is, what it is. What it do, what it do, what it do is what it done did. Yeah, you heard. Hey, nevertheless, oh, fuck all that bullshit, right? Anyway, whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Whole bunch of shit. Been hearing some weird shit, you know what I'm saying? And my response, not my advice, just my response, to certain things. Really don't know. I made one earlier today, right? And I didn't give it to you. I still got it. I might send it at you, but just a little difference, you know what I'm saying? Differentalities, you know what I'm saying? You know, perceptions, and even more than perceptions. Sometimes it's a little difficult to explain, and that's what makes us, have our own aspect about certain things, like the ego. People think and want to take on the philosophy of Plato and all this type of shit. That's supposed to be translations of our type of shit, but we didn't never speak in no words and type of shit. So any words and books that they said we had thousands and thousands of libraries in Kemet and all this, okay, that's fine and dandy. But my look into that, and self tells me that if we had no language and had no vowels, then we had no books. And if Kemet was equipped with books and libraries, then it was due to it being overran by the Yakus or the Hakus or whatever they say, the Hakus. So those were printed by priests of them who needed words and languages to invoke because they couldn't invoke with their mind. Their mind strength was too weak. Nevertheless, something like that will occur with me. See, I can't be sure of none of that shit, but what has a certainty to it is what exists in my mind, my thought. Nevertheless, because nothing can be lost, and if it is in a book, it can be lost. Therefore, I'm just going to do a little practice, man, just talk a little bit, speak on what comes to my mind. Actually, I have an engine here. I have an engine right here. I'm telling you about it. But, and I've been off doing some things anyway, right? So I want to see if I can activate. Anyway, you know what I mean? This ain't gonna be so good. Let's see. This side of it. Anyway, yeah, I heard this too. I ain't gonna say no names, but I heard a brother talking about planting your feet and stuff like that, and how some people, he don't see how certain people do some real stupid shit about planting your feet. Why would you want to plant your feet when, this, that, and that? He had some valid points. And then he said, he seen some trees or some shit that look like people. And he believed this, that, and that, and you probably implant your soul and all this type of stuff. Well, my thought to you, or to it, and its frequency is, what about just walking without your shoes on? What about if you thinking you're going to molecularly implant yourself and look like a tree, get that far out there to say something like that, then what about you pissing in the ground? Ain't that your DNA going directly down there? What about you taking a dump out in the forest? What about you walking through sand on the beach wet? What about walking in the rain with no shoes on the earth? What'd that do? A lot of people utilize stuff that sounds good but has no basis. That's why one of my first teachers said, you got a good mind, but don't get too far out there. Stay to the basics. Because as long as you stay to the basics, you can't get lost. You'll be fine. You'll be all right. You'll be good. But people got the tendency to get all the way out there and then say some stuff that don't even make sense, and they don't even recognize it. It's cloaked within what they know. Nevertheless. saying, y'all, I hear some crazy stuff going on. I hear some crazy shit going on. Yeah, well, you already know. Continue to practice. Stay out of folly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be easy. But I'm gonna get back with you in a little bit. Oh, y'all didn't see that. Let me show y'all. Let me show you the piece before I get up out of here, boy. Yeah, it's the balance. One up and one is down. Just like the mass, as you can see. You know, express yourself, right? To the depths to make people understand and overstand, you know, with the wholeness of everything. And you are in control of it because you're showing it. It's not hidden. Do what thou must, if thou must. But there's nothing you must do except live. And what type of life? You are life. You are life. A type is a strip, a character, emulated and written by someone you know not. Create your own shit. And please, don't act. Become. Peace.